Hey, First Baptist Church and Lake City's community. It is Pastor Lucas, the pastor here at First Baptist Church, Lake Dallas. And I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's been going on with us this week. Now, we've released two new YouTube videos. One is a new series that we're doing called How to Study the Bible, which is going to walk you through how to study the Bible if you've never studied the Bible for yourself before. This week's episode has looked specifically at why we're going to study the Bible, why it's important that we study the Bible. And the one for next week that's coming up is going to talk about reading the Bible versus studying the Bible. And while those may seem like the same thing, there's some subtle differences that happen in the midst of that. If you're not on our email list, make sure that you sign up for that. You can email us at fbclakedallas@gmail.com or info@fbclakedallas.com, and we'll make sure that you're on that email list. Now, that email list does a couple of things for you. First and foremost, what it does is it gives you our emails. And in those emails, what you are going to get is the Zoom addresses, the rooms, and the passwords for our Wednesday night Bible studies, as well as our Sunday morning Sunday school Bible study hour. Now, that's going to continue to happen. Our Sunday school leaders have done a phenomenal job at 9:30 on every Sunday morning, just like normal. And then at 11 o'clock, we would love for you to join us here on Facebook or at our website, FBCLakeDallas.com, and you can click on the Watch Live button and watch our services live on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. About 30 to 15 minutes before, we're going to start a pre-roll, which will just show a picture and let you know that the live stream's starting at 11. So if you see that at about 10:30, 10:45, you know you are in the right place. Well, we love you guys. We're so excited about some of the things we've gotten to do with partnerships with the community. This Saturday, we're going to continue to provide free lunch for our community members. If you have partaken in this before, you know that on Saturday from 11 o'clock until the food is gone, we've been serving meals the last couple of weeks. We started out with a wonderful brisket meal that was prepared for us by Extreme Cuisine Catering. Then next week, actually last week, we had just phenomenal tamale lunch where we get to partner with Silva's, which is a local restaurant, to provide the tamales for us so that we could give them to you guys. And then this weekend, this Saturday at 11 o'clock until all the pans are gone, we've got some phenomenal lasagna that's been provided. Now, there are a couple of things that I want to just bring our attention to before we get going and this update is over for the week. The first is that I know many of us have gotten our stimulus checks, which has been a phenomenal thing. It's helped out a lot of families. I know that we personally have definitely benefited from it because, you know, there are just things in our lives which have to be paid. So I want to ask you, though, to prayerfully consider how you can use that little bit of stimulus check to invest back into our community. You know as well as I do, many of us have friends, family, and business owners that are in our community that we know need a little something extra. So I want you to prayerfully consider how you might use that money to put it, towards a bag of coffee at a coffee shop, or to grab a little snack or something from one of our local businesses. Maybe that, now that you've got that, you can use that one weekend or one night this week to grab an extra meal from one of the local businesses in order that we as a community can help support one another and lift one another up during this time. The other thing that I want to ask you to do, especially now that we're all feeling a little bit better, is to think about how you can use the funds that you were given in order to provide for others. Now, one of the things that we all, and by we all, I mean all the churches in this area, that we try and support is the Lake City's Food Pantry. And the Lake City's Food Pantry is run by the United Methodist Church on Hundley here in Lake Dallas. And I would ask you to prayerfully consider whether or not you can spare $5, $10, $25 to put towards the Lake City's Food Pantry. Or maybe as you're out, you're getting groceries at the grocery store and you're making that run this week. If you can grab a couple of cans of food that's going to last on the shelf, or maybe some dry goods. They are in desperate need of food, they're in desperate need of paper goods, and they are in desperate need of funding to make sure that they're able to get all of those things so that the community that has families in need is able to be able to serve those families. So those are the two things. Prayerfully consider how you could support some of our local businesses, and then also just consider what it is that you can do where we might be able to help out those who are less fortunate than us through helping out the Lake City's food pantry. So we love you guys so much. We're excited that you're going to come worship with us on Sunday morning. We know that there's so many things that are going on. If you have a prayer request, we want to ask you to email those to us. We would love to be able to continue to pray with you during this time. And you could do that if you just want to email prayer@fbclakedallas.com. We would love to be able to pray with you, to pray for you. And so there's no way that you can feel weird about that. Just know that everything that goes there is going to be held confidential, but we are going to, as a staff, be praying for you and loving you and encouraging you through this time. Well, we love you guys, and I know that I've said that a bunch, but I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. We're excited about what the Lord is doing right now, even in this time of crisis, and I am looking forward to the day when we get to gather together again, where I can give you a fist bump or a high five or a big hug back here in our sanctuary. But until then, we love you guys. We're praying for you. Be safe.